Hey folks, Kevin here with Plenti AI, and this is a video going over the campaign details page here in Plenti AI and how it all works. So I'm going to jump right in. So you can see this is the campaign's name and some of the details about the campaign. And over on the right, you will see the try page. So the try page is basically a link to the page where the person will sign up for this campaign. So a lot of folks will link to this page from a social media ad or something like that, put that on their website. But basically, this is kind of a representation of it, how it looks on the phone. So when you update the details up here, it will update. And you can see here that this campaign has been paused because this campaign status is paused. So it just gives you a very nice kind of look at how it looks for your users. So that's the first thing when you get here, you kind of see that. And this is how it looks on the phone. Obviously, it'll look a little bit different in the browser, but you can go to this link right here and look at it the way that it looks in a browser. So this video is just going to go over the campaign details section of this campaign page, and then in another video we're going to go over the try page and some of the other content that's down here. So I just want to go over this. So I'm going to walk through it. So here's your name. That's pretty obvious. The created at date, the updated at date, and the delivery method. This is the first one we're going to talk about. So Plenti just added a feature where we allow sending of emails. And so there are three different ways that we can send content, or the campaign will send content. There's three delivery methods. And I'm going to go over the easy ones first. So email only. So this is, it will send an email if it has the user's email address. If it doesn't have it, it won't send. That's it. Phone only is the same thing. So if we have the phone number, it'll send a text message. If we don't have a phone number and we only have an email, for example, it won't send any of the content. And then most of the campaigns are in the phone number or email. This means that it will send the content based on whatever email or phone number the user has. It will default to whatever is the default down here. But if it doesn't have the phone number, for example, it can't send this text message, it will default to sending an email. And we can talk about that later. But that's the three types of delivery methods that exist for Plenti. The goal, this is pretty self-explanatory also. Also, this is used to drive free traffic or traffic in the store. And the reimbursement criteria. This is used to help our Plenti staff decide on what the appropriate reimbursement criteria is. Like, for a BOGO, you can only reimburse for the cost of one product, that sort of thing. The type, there's a bunch of different types here, which are pretty self-explanatory. And then, of course, there's a custom type if it doesn't meet any of these. So that's the type. Allow multiple reimbursements. This is pretty important. So I'm going to talk about this for a second. So allow multiple reimbursements. A lot of companies will only want one reimbursement per company, right? So they're running multiple campaigns, and if a user signs up for, let's say, 2 or 3 of their campaigns, they only want to reimburse for one of them, right? This is, so basically, if you check no, then that means that this campaign only allows one reimbursement. So let's say a user reimbursed for another campaign. This is a free trial, and they reimbursed previously for a BOGO, then they wouldn't be eligible to reimburse for this. That's what this means, okay? And now if you check yes, so if you check yes here, basically what will happen is if the person previously reimbursed for another campaign and then signs up for this one, they'll be allowed to reimburse for this. So this is a way to kind of let the brands decide on which campaigns can allow multiple reimbursements. So I hope that makes sense. And then default and Shopify default. Let's talk about Shopify default for a second. Folks that integrate with Shopify, this is for them. If you don't have the Shopify integration, this doesn't mean anything. But basically what this means is when the user opts in for an SMS, for example, this is the campaign. If you put this as default, this will be the campaign that the user is added to. So if you want this campaign to be the first one that a user is added to when they check that they want to receive marketing emails or marketing SMS, marketing text messages, then this will be the one. Okay, and just a note that you can only have one, right? So if you check this as default and you had another one as default, that one will be marked as not default. So that kind of makes sense. And then global default is basically if the user finds their way to a page that they opt in or they text your phone number and they don't have a campaign, this will be the campaign that they add it to. So if we check this as default, then this will be the campaign that this user is added to if they don't have the context for what campaign they're in. Some folks don't want any as default because they want to be specific about which campaigns they go to, but sometimes the user will text the phone number that we have for your brand, and they don't have necessarily a campaign, and so that will be the default campaign that they're added to. So I hope that all makes sense. If you have any questions, definitely reach out to us. The last thing I want to just show here is this phone here scrolls with you as you scroll through the page, and you'll notice at some point it changes, okay? And this is just one thing I just want to point out at a high level. This right here is the first content that the user is going to receive. So here you go. It changes to kind of a phone, a text message view, and this is just checking in. Have you picked up your products? Here you go. This is the first text message that is sent. And then if you scroll down a little bit more, you'll see that the follow-up messages actually pop in. So here we go. Here's the first message, and then the second, and then the third, and then this one has a fourth message here. And so it's a very kind of easy way to see the content that you created that's going to be sent to the user. And so as you scroll, that will kind of show up. And then if you scroll back to the top, it'll show the first message, and then eventually the try page details here. So that's a quick overview here of the campaign details and the try page details here on the right. In other videos, we'll go over the rest of the content here on the campaign details page. So thanks for watching.